I am, yeah.
Right, when you're ready.
So Neil, from the sounds of the dressing room after the game, you're fairly pleased with that win?
Yeah, definitely. Pleased with any win. But especially pleased today, because it's always a difficult place to come. One, because, Romulus put out decent sides, hard-working sides, which we were aware of. And the surface, obviously, you're playing on a surface that you're not used to. And although we train on it, it's always difficult or different in a match situation. But I thought we equipped ourselves fantastically well. Barring the goal, their goal, and a 5-minute spell in and around that after the goal, really. I thought we were excellent from start to finish. Joy to watch, really. We played some fantastic stuff, and then when it got a little bit tough and there was a need to stick a foot in and win your battles and win your 50-50s, win your first, win your seconds, we stuck at that and did that, which on a surface like this is not always what is required. It's more of a footballing surface, but we did that, and then when we needed to play, we played and scored 3 really good goals.
We don't often talk about Ben Hazley setting up goals, but 3 assists today and a lot of unselfish play.
Is it 3? Okay, yeah. I mean, I thought he was a real threat today all game, and I've just said in there, he gets a lot of his joy and goal scoring chances and setting stuff up. Usually when the 9 that's playing up there with him has a good game and he's holding the ball up and winning his headers, and I thought Christian Dacus today was outstanding from start to finish. Scored a good goal and hold up play. Fantastic, very strong and physical presence. They couldn't get the ball off him, and you can count the amount of headers he lost on one hand today. So when he's at it, or whether it's Marvin or whoever's up there with him, when you get a number 9 that's a physical presence and winning bits in the air and on the deck and holding the ball up, invariably that means Ben's going to feed off stuff and be freed up to do what he does.
And 3 good goals as well, all well worked moves.
Yeah, definitely. I was disappointed at half time really that we hadn't gone in winning the game, because we'd created the better opportunities, had more of the ball again. A little bit like a broken record really, because the last few weeks I've been saying the same. We're dominating the ball, we're dominating possession, we're playing some good stuff. And 20-25 minutes in, once we'd settled, we were creating chances. Levi should have scored. Rooney's had a shot that's just flashed wide, but he should be hitting the target from that distance. And I was disappointed to go in at 0-0, but they dominated the game. Had all the ball really. A couple of breakaways from them that didn't really cause us any problems, and just disappointed not to score. But second half, I think you could see from the first minute on in the second half, there was a willingness to try and go and get that goal and get the lead, which we did. But fair play to Romulus that they bounced back from it from a well-worked free kick. But I think you could see today from the 90 minutes there's only ever going to be one winner.
The second half it got a bit niggly for a while. There seemed to be a bit of between Levi and then number 11. What was you?
Yeah, I think as a squad of players now, we've got to be aware that that's going to happen. Teams won't roll over and be beaten by us. Teams go the other way. They raise their game to play against the top of the table. We're a scalp, aren't we? Everybody wants to beat us. They want to be able to say we beat the top of the league. So we have to recognise that. And players are going to get tight to opposition players. And there's a few tackles flying about. And it's just about not reacting to it and maintaining our focus and making sure that we keep 11 players on the pitch, which we've done today. In the past we haven't. The last few weeks we've had a few suspensions. But I thought discipline-wise today, I thought we were excellent. There was a few tackles and a few elbows and 1 or 2 things flying around, a few people pushing each other in the chest and stuff. And we've reacted in the right manner and just gone about our business. And in the end, we've let the football do the talking, rather than trying to get players sent off or booked or all the stuff that we really don't want to see. We want to see the ball in play and watching a good game of football. And what football that was played today, we've played and deserved to go on and win the game.
You brought Levi off, obviously. Was there a worry there that he might pick up a...
there's a few tackles flying about, and I think he was targeted with 1 or 2 tackles, especially when he's on a booking, trying to get a reaction. And we don't want to lose Levi for any number of games of suspension, silly sending off. So we're winning the game, get him off and get some minutes into Alex Melbourne. That's the only reason behind that. Levi played really well.
You've got 3 players now in double figures for the season. Is that pleasing to see those goals shared out?
Yeah, definitely. But Ben,
Rooney and Christian as well.
Yeah, fantastic goals from midfield. 2 strikers that are in the goal scoring charts. Fantastic. 15 games to go. I'd expect Ben to get 20 plus, and I'd expect Dakes to be on his coattails. So, and if Rooney's got probably 15 now, must have.
Yeah.
So we'll be right up there and challenging for the title if they're all them are scoring between now and the end of the season, that's for sure.
Just lastly then, just before the match I saw Shooter talking to the club doctor. Did
Yeah.
he have a sort of checklist of things he had to get through before he played?
Not really a checklist, no. It was more my doing really. We've got the doctor here today, and he was assessed on Thursday and passed fit from a footballing point of view by himself. He's been at work all week. He wants to play. He didn't want to be not playing. He felt fine. No reaction to what happened last Saturday. And against the doctor's wishes, I must say, he made the decision that he wanted to be involved today. The doctor passed him fit. He was fine Thursday, but he wanted to come down today and make sure that he was all right and do a fitness test. The doctor, wanted to be here as well to make sure if anything was not right, then he'd be here. But the doctor left it for me to make the decision, and obviously Shooter did. Had a fitness test, balance-wise, heading the ball, no reactions to what happened last Saturday. So it's been left with me, and I've had a week of having to think about whether we throw him in and carry on, or whether we give him a bit of a breather and bring him out. Based on Thursday night's training and talking to Wayne today about what the repercussions could be if anything happened, how that would look on me personally as a manager of the football club and the football club, and he understood that, and in the end I've made the decision that he needed to play today, and I think based on the result, based on his performance, it was the right decision.
Okay. Just good.